Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 5th of October 2019. It's a pleasure to be with you. I want to say thank you to all my lovely Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for helping me out and supporting me every month. I really appreciate it. I've bought this deck. So we've got a new tarot deck here, thanks to you guys. So it's the Mythic tarot deck. Let's have a look. If I can open it. Let's have a look at what these cards want you to be aware of. I love opening new decks. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's like Christmas every time. Come on. Wow, okay. Oh, it's because they've been double packaged. Yikes! Oh no, I've torn the cover. Oh no. Oh well. Okay, one thing you can say for this deck, it's very well kind of packaged. Okay, so here are the cards. This is what they look like. Mythic, epic. I love it. J'adore. I really do love that. Like all the. Let me try and read this while I'm shuffling. The new Mythic tarot deck depicts the gods and goddesses, heroes and heroines of the Greek myths, familiar archetypal characters whose experiences perfectly mirror the shifts and patterns of our lives today. It's so funny. This reminds me when I was in therapy, we were talking about the story of Narcissus and Echo. And it perfectly kind of fit the situation I was in at the moment. Me being Echo, like not being heard, and just it was amazing. So yeah, the stories still do have value, and they're still applicable because they talk about the human condition, same as Shakespeare. So as long as we're human, they're gonna apply. This classic deck, first published in 1989. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's a millennial. Has now been re-illustrated by Giovanni Caselli, an artist with a passion for the classical world. It's literature, symbols, and with images rich in psychological insight. The mythical legends depicted in the cards provide wisdom and guidance for seekers for personal growth. That is us. We're the seekers of personal growth. So let's see what the cards want you to be aware of. 5 of Wands, the Fool, the Tower. Okay, very simple meaning. If you mess around with a dragon, if you poke a dragon, not the cleverest thing to do, you'll end up in the gutter, basically. You'll be fried or you'll be thrown in the ocean. So if you poke something too much, you're gonna take a fall, a tumble, and things won't end up very well for you. So the 5 of Wands is interesting in this deck because I don't know which story this is. There's a ram's head there. What is it? Jason and the Argonauts, or the Golden Fleece, or something like that. That one I don't know. But the 5 of Wands usually is a couple of boys fighting, like play fighting, and it usually represents trivial conflict, like nothing serious. But here we've got a dragon, and that is serious, you know? So you may have conflict or butt heads, like the Aries there, the little ram. Do you see that? That ram there. So you may butt heads with people in a fiery, angry, powerful way. And it may seem funny to begin with. You know what? When you're in situations where you're with a couple of people and it's kind of tense, and you try and break the ice by making jokes and by trying to lighten the mood and stuff. And sometimes it works, but sometimes you do something that makes it even worse. Like you try and make a joke and everyone's appalled, and it just makes things even more tense, and then it gives them something to focus their anger on. So if you're in that kind of situation where you're on the cusp between lightening things up and being angry or being a victim of other people's anger, first of all, it's not your job to cheer other people up. Let's just realize that, okay? It's your job to think about where you want to go, what you want to do, and it may be that someone stands in your way and that you start the aggression because you're trying to get over there and there's a dragon in the way and you don't care. You're like, dragon or no dragon, I need to get over there. So expect either challenges or people standing up to you, or people crossing boundaries with you. And it can be other people attacking you, or other people, saying things about you which aren't pleasant, or people just making things difficult for you in the moment. Or it can be you making things difficult for other people by bulldozing your way forward without consideration of other people's feelings. And it's more serious than usual. Usually it's just play fighting. In this deck, it's not play fighting. So there may be some real headbutting with other people. So just be aware of that, okay? The Fool is, oh, look, there's the sunrise. Let me just leave my little hut and walk off the cliff. And there's the bird sitting there thinking, oh my God, what's he going to do now? And he's got a fox's tail. Interesting, because a fox is supposed to be cunning and smart, but he's not. He's got some leaves on his head. He doesn't look that bright either, which is brilliant. And he's got no dog warning him not to jump off. But the Fool is 0 in the major arcana. It's the first card in the major arcana, or the last card, wherever you want to put it, because it's 0. And it represents a new idea coming into your mind. And it represents like the conception of the very beginning of an idea coming together. In this deck, it's represented as just taking a step forward into the abyss. So if you move forward in this direction, you're going to fall. So it might be better to just stay put. But on the other hand, it also represents that you have some sort of idea may form in your mind today, and it may be a passionate, fiery idea that has to do with where you're going in your life, and you really realize, wow, I would jump off cliffs. I would face dragons to get to this success. I'm really ambitious. I didn't realize that about myself. And finally, we've got the Tower. Now, we've got a merman. He's watching the tower get blown up. I don't know what it's got to do with him, really. He lives under the sea, and he's watching a tower being blown up. So, could be anybody, really. Just some random witness watching a tower being blown up. Well, the merman has to be a symbol of something, otherwise they wouldn't have put him in, right? A merman is about having a dual nature, being half human, half fish, being half emotional and half physical, flesh. So a merman, you'd expect a merman to be in touch with his feelings, wouldn't you? You'd expect him to be intuitive and to be loving and nurturing. I don't know why, but Well, I do know because he's associated with water, and water is about spirituality and psychic ability and creativity and nurturing and loving and family and all of that. So he watches the tower, I would argue, with a sense of dismay because he's all about the home. He's all about having a place to call your own. Yeah, a place where you can put your head on the pillow and rest, and that's yours. And he's watching someone's home being destroyed. So it's almost like he's watching something bad happening. So you can almost see yourself walking into the abyss or into the dragon's den because you're objective enough to see what's going on. So it's great because the Fool isn't the magician, remember? The magician is the first card of the major arcana, and the magician does things. He takes energy from the universe and he translates it into physical energy, and he does stuff based on the idea formed by the Fool. But the Fool in itself isn't going anywhere. He's always suspended at the edge of a cliff. We never see him at the bottom, splat. We never see that. So you're able to look at your ideas, to look at the way you want to move forward, danger, expense, for instance. These are all the cons of you moving forward. You can see that from afar, and you can see where there's a disaster likely to happen in your life. And you can see where the road is kind of clear and where there is a path. And I just noticed that there is a path here at the bottom. And it's just about figuring out how to get to the bottom of that path. You're not an eagle. You can't just take off and take to the skies. You're someone who is an earthy creature, so you need to find a place on earth to kind of, build your home, put down your roots. So altogether, I would say today it gives you an opportunity to look at what you're doing, to look at the way you're going in life, whether you're destroying your own situation, whether you're destroying other people's life. Let's say you've inherited your dad's company, the factory, and you're like, oh my goodness, I never agreed with this business anyway. As soon as, the funeral's done now and everything's been settled, I'm going to sell this factory. I never agreed with what it was making or whatever, and let's just get rid of it. So you're immediately like disposing of a family legacy that was given to you, or it's a path that someone decided to take and really made a success with, and you want to take your own path. You want to find your own way forward. You don't want to, you're not interested in other people today here. You're interested in what you can achieve, and reading between the lines, what you need to watch out for today is being considerate of other people's feelings, because you could care less, because you're looking at which way can I use best to get on this path to success at the end without major destruction and without dragons frying me and avoiding distractions. How can I plan that? How can I go about doing that? And you're not thinking about other people in the least. So I would say if there are areas in your life that require your personal private attention, let's say you've got outstanding emails and only you can do them today, because it's about moving ahead, and it's moving ahead by yourself. The big thing that I think you need to be considerate of is other people and things getting in your way, and you not accepting that and getting really angry and letting, the thunderbolts fly. You suddenly turn into Thor, or you turn into a dragon and you start crisping everyone who's in your way, blocking your path. So like I said, it can come from you, the anger, or it can come from other people trying to go their way and you're the obstacle in their path, so they could attack you. So if you have things that need doing by yourself in private, do those today. It removes the opportunity for potential clashes and drama and major thunderbolts striking. Now there aren't the numbers aren't on here for the cards. Obviously I know the Fool is 0, but the Tower is the 16th card of the major arcana. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's the 16th card. So it represents things being blown up and structures being dissolved. So we've got 5 and 16 is 21. So 2 and 1 is 3. 3 is about communication and new beginnings. So first of all, you see what new beginnings are likely to succeed and which ones are likely to be horrific, and the things that are likely to go terribly wrong. What I'm being told now intuitively is like, stop, Greg, don't say that, they'll have a clear vision on that. It's more like, if you plan things today, you're going to be much more aware of everything that could go wrong. And if we make plans in life to do something and we only look at what could potentially go wrong, we would never get anything done, because with any venture, a million things could go wrong. So your perspective, your frame of mind isn't the best either. So you've got to really make an effort to be positive and to not be too critical with your own ideas and not too quick to dismiss them. And please don't criticize yourself and don't criticize other people either. So 3 is about communication with yourself. Really get clear on what direction you want to go in and make a fresh start. But plan it first, because today you get this, you have a day where you're able to step back from actually doing, and you can choose. And then tomorrow, you can actually get started with what you're doing. So today is an observation day. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Have a wonderful day. I can answer any questions you may have in a personal reading, by the way. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and share this video online. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.